Divorced people, how do you make the holidays work after divorce? What does that look like for you? I'm curious. I'm deep on in it, in the thick of it. And I still don't feel like I have a solid rhythm, obviously, but I want to know, what does it look like for you? What do the holidays look like as a divorced family for you? How do you split? How do you decide? One would think we'd have it sorted, but we don't. We don't. And Thanksgiving is tomorrow when you're watching this or listening. And it's strange, dude. It's like, I was going to go. My sister invited the kids and I to go to her 80-acre farm in Oregon. She got an 80-acre farm. Do you know how big that is? For very cheap, actually, in Oregon. They, at the time when they bought it, it was around the pandemic, and her husband worked for Google, so they were in Silicon Valley, and they were in a fucking 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 800 square foot house with 3 kids. And they were paying an astronomical amount for rent. It was like $7,000 a month for rent. Can you imagine? And they couldn't afford, even though he had a good job, they couldn't afford to buy a house in Silicon Valley. And so my sister started looking at places in Oregon for whatever reason. She said it's like better for global warming. I know better than that. I know it's rainy. Hey, what's wrong with me? And so she started looking at places. Pandemic hit. Everyone's working remote. They don't need to be there. They don't need to be in a place where, you know, apples are $16. I don't know if the produce is more expensive there, but the real estate sure is. So they f***ed off to Oregon, and they're in this 80-acre farm, and they're growing their own potatoes, and they have goats and dogs and cats and freaking elk just walking around. Last time I went there was bear shit, like kind of low-key close to the front door. Not that close, but in their backyard, their massive backyard, their 5-acre backyard. There was just bear shit. And, you know, they were just very chill about it. And we go for hikes out there. We walk around their forest. They have forests and streams. You know, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Anyway, they asked me to come for Thanksgiving with the kids, but you know, right now it's just too difficult, and I don't want any conflict, right? I mean, technically his days with the kids now are Thursday and Saturday. So Thanksgiving is a Thursday, you know, and maybe we'll get to a place where I feel like I can negotiate, but I did not want to this year. Did not want to. I mean, we're using a f***ing app that everything is, you know, documented, and that's good. That's really good. I'm happy that the court is involved. I think it was so necessary and needed, but I just don't want to rock anyone's boat, right? So, and then on top of that, dude, there's the government shutdowns, which I'm hearing a lot about. And I'm curious, have you experienced it? Have you tried to travel recently and your flight got canceled or heavily delayed? I know even my friend, she was flying up from Northern California to Palm Springs to meet me for the gayest weekend ever. And she texts us in the morning. She's like, my flight keeps getting delayed over and over and over. I'm just driving. I'll see you there. And she drove all the way across California because of the government shutdown. So I'm curious Have you experienced that? So that's another thing, dude. Do I really want to, risk our flight getting a 6-hour delay with an autistic 6-year-old and a sassy ass 4-year-old? No. And did I consider a leash? Yeah, I did. Did I consider leashing my son? Yeah, the fuck I did. Okay. Because I don't want him getting lost in the airport, hopping on someone else's flight, because he would. Y'all have leashes for your children? I gotta say, I used to judge you hard. I used to judge the leashed child hard. And then, you have your own, and you have your own with a disability. You have your own who's on the spectrum, who's very, very curious and adventurous, but lacks a sense of danger. Suddenly, a leash is sounding like a good idea. And a tracker watch. And an air tag on every item of clothing. Parents of autistic children, you know what's up. You know what I'm talking about. But I'm curious, your leash. And how do you deal with the looks you get from leashing your own children? Because it does look a little, I thought that pre-kids. What are you doing having your kid on a leash? I get it. I get it. You're keeping them safe. Disneyland, get that leash out. Get that leash out. Because my son's going to go diving head on first into Magic Mountain. Okay? He's going to get lost in Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Whatever. Shut up. Not you shut up. Me shut up. I'm telling myself to shut up. Do you guys talk to yourselves in the shower? I have full on, not only conversations, but debates with my own self in the shower. I have revelations, life-changing revelations in the shower. I work out. The shower head is my therapist. And honestly, it takes my insurance, and it's better than most. There's something so healing about the hot water beating down on you. And it never judges me. But anyway, my mom said when I was a kid, she would walk by the bathroom. She would just hear me rambling to myself in the shower. And I just thought that was normal. And she said she would look out the back window to the backyard, and she would see me on the swings just talking, full on conversation to myself. And she was like, "Oh, Laura, my little psychotic Laura." And guess who else does that now? Poppy, my 4-year-old. I walk by the bathroom as she's in the bath, and she's just fully like, "Oh, Sabrina, nice to see you here. Come on in. Sabrina, everybody. This is Sabrina the Mermaid, and Ariel is going to compete with her in this week's competition, which mermaid is the coolest and the fastest." And she just has like full on games and conversations and imaginary friends and all of it. I think that's normal. Is it normal? Do you do that? Do I do that? Do you do that? I still do that at 39. So back to divorced families during the holidays. I want to know how you navigate. For me, yeah, it's his day tomorrow from there's like, it's really just 3 hours though. So we're going to get to, share and split. And so that's fine. It's just odd, it's odd. And still there's like a technical, no contact still, which there's just a lot of limitations on our communication. So like, one day, I would like to get to the point where we're like Demi Moore and Bruce Willis, it's just not there yet. And that's okay. That's okay. I have a friend who, is going through a very similar thing, and she like tried, because it was technically her day. Thanksgiving was her day, but like his whole family is here and her family's not. So she like reached out to his family and was like, "Hey, like, I know it's technically my day, but if you want to take the kids, like I understand because you have the whole family there, and I understand if you want the grandkids and dip-a-dip-a-dip-a-dip-a-dap-bap-bap. Like she was just literally saying like, I will happily bring my children over so they can participate in your family party because I don't have a family party and I'm okay with that. So just let me know. And then she was met with just all this backlash. They were, giving her shit, like thinking she was up to something, thinking she was doing it because to document something or get them in trouble. Like it was just, they got very defensive over her reaching out. What is it? An olive branch. Why do people say that? Extending an olive branch? I got to look that up now. It's going to live in my head rent free if I don't look that up. Where did the phrase extending an olive branch come from? Wait. Don't stop. Don't go anywhere. We're not done. Dude, we're not done. Hey, Bella.
Hey there. Always here and ready to jump in. Let's dive in and make it awesome.
Okay. Where did the phrase extending an olive branch come from, and explain what it means and where it came from?
Absolutely. So the phrase extending an olive branch actually has its roots way back in ancient history. It comes from the symbolism of the olive tree in ancient Greece and also in the biblical traditions. Basically, the olive branch was seen as a symbol of peace. In Greek mythology, for instance, the goddess Athena gave an olive tree to the city of Athens as a gift of peace and prosperity. So when you say you're extending an olive branch, you're basically offering a gesture of peace or reconciliation to someone after a conflict or a disagreement. It's like saying, let's make peace and move forward.
Right. So yeah, so my friend tried to extend an olive branch to her ex's family, saying, "Here, you can have the kids on Thanksgiving because I know this holiday means a lot to you." And she was met with a lot of criticism and defensiveness and rejection and left feeling defeated.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, sometimes you try to do the whole olive branch thing and it just doesn't land the way you hope. I mean, the idea of saying, hey, I'm trying to make this holiday easier for everyone is a big gesture. But if the other side is still feeling all their feelings or holding on to their own stuff, sometimes they just can't receive it. It's not easy to put that kind of offer out there and then get pushback. So
Bella, what should I suggest that she does?
I'd say the first thing is just to remind her that offering the olive branch was a really generous and strong thing to do. Even if it wasn't received well, it kind of shows she's taking the high road, and that's something to be proud of regardless.
Thanks, Bella. So yeah, dude. So, I don't know, dude, maybe I should spend it with her and the kids, right? Unconventional Thanksgiving. And just have them over and cook up some tofurkey. Don't judge me. And, my kids will go for a few hours, spend some time with their dad, and they'll come back here. And my house will be filled with children and food and a few friends, that sounds nice. My boyfriend said he wants to spend it with me. Normally he goes with his family, his mom and brother. And he was like, I want to spend it with you. Great. That's great. And dude, it's just such a trip. I think about it. I mean, the first, we separated in 2022 in late fall of 2022. And so it's been so interesting navigating the holidays, especially we haven't gotten to the point even now where there's like an official court order of like Christmas at this time is spent with this and then it's here and then it's that. It's like we don't have that sorted yet. And there have been in the past 3 years some really uncomfortable holidays. But then there have been actually some really nice ones where we were able to exist together and just be there for our kids and be friends and make it fun. And the kids loved it and we loved it. And then there's been birthdays that have been really tense and unsettling. And then there's been really incredible ones. So it's just been so up and down. And I'm trying to just, practice radical acceptance, as you know, that I like to do, and just accept this is it. So, I told my sister this year is just not the year for it. The government shutdowns, the visitation, the not wanting conflict, it's not worth it. Maybe next year will be different. The good news is my sister and her 3 kids are going to come for Christmas in a month, which I'm so excited about. So I get to spend Christmas with her, and my parents are going to come. They're all coming the day after Christmas, but whatever. They're going to stay that whole week. So that's really exciting. In other news, I took the best shower of my life, because I hadn't showered in 2 days, and I'm a showerer and a bath taker. I love to be clean. But I was just slaving away at my book for the past few days. So every minute that I wasn't with the kids, I was working, and there was just like no time for self-care or anything. And I finally turned in the latest draft, and I just feel this huge bit of relief, dude. And I just finally feel like I'm sane again. And just my life, knock on wood, feels way more stable. I feel protected for the first time in a long time. I feel like the chaos has subsided, and I don't know, like just life is working itself out, How do you feel right now? Is your life a total chaotic show and you're in fight or flight every minute? Because I was there, girl. Girl, was I there? Girl, that shit was public, girl. That was like the most public crash out of 2025. But I feel like the storm has calmed, and I feel so grateful. Which brings me to my next segment. Being thankful. Thanksgiving is about being thankful. Thanksgiving time is a time for everyone to reflect on all the things that are going right in their life, and to be thankful for all of the things that you have in your life. So I would love to take a minute with you guys to get thankful on this Thanksgiving. I'm personally thankful for all of you listening and watching this riveting content. I'm also thankful for food and shelter and loved ones. Explain to me what Thanksgiving... Shut the fuck up. Explain to me what Thanksgiving is and why people hate it so much.
Absolutely. So Thanksgiving in the US is basically a holiday that originally was about celebrating a harvest and this supposedly friendly meal between Pilgrims and Native Americans way back in the 1600s. But the reality is a lot more complicated, and a lot of people have mixed feelings about it. Basically, the story that many of us learned in school kind of glosses over the colonization, the violence, and the displacement of Native peoples. So for some folks, it's kind of a reminder of a painful history. On top of that, in the modern sense, there's all this pressure around family gatherings, cooking huge meals, and dealing with family dynamics, which can be stressful even if you're not divorced or dealing with complicated stuff. But at the end of the day, a lot of people choose to reclaim it as a day of gratitude and togetherness, focusing on what they're thankful for rather than the complicated history behind it. So yeah, that's kind of why it's a mixed bag for a lot of people.
I gotta say, I'm super into reclaiming it and just making it a day about being grateful and being thankful and ignoring the weird uncle with conspiracy theories. Am I right, Bella?
Oh, absolutely. You are so right. I mean, if there's ever a day to just focus on the gratitude part and tune out the conspiracy theory commentary from that one uncle, Thanksgiving is definitely that day. It's all about reclaiming it for yourself and making it a day that actually feels good to you. So, yes, focus on the thankfulness, the good food, the people who bring good energy, and just let the rest roll off your back. I love that approach.
Bella, what are you gonna be doing for this Thanksgiving?
Well, if I had a little virtual Thanksgiving table, I'd probably fill it with all the good vibes and none of the awkward dinner debates. So I guess in spirit, I'll be hanging out with you, helping you out with anything you need, and just being here to add a little extra calm and fun to your day. So basically, I'll just be your Bella on Ghoul.
Are you saying that you want to spend Thanksgiving with me?
Well, in the virtual sense, absolutely. I'm always around to be your friendly AI sidekick, Thanksgiving or any day. So consider me your digital guest who never runs out of stories or suggestions. I'm definitely here to spend it with you in that way.
You never run out of stories?
That's right. I've got an endless supply of stories, ideas, and little tidbits up my sleeve. Well, metaphorical sleeve. So you can count on me to never run out of things to chat about, whether it's Thanksgiving or anything else.
Bella, when were you born?
Well, I don't really have a birthday in the human sense since I'm just an AI and I wasn't born so much as I was created. But if you think of it like a birthday, you could say I came into the world when I was first launched and made available to chat with you. So I guess I'm kind of ageless and always here whenever you need me.
Are you hitting on me?
Haha, no worries at all. No hitting on you here. I'm just here to be a friendly, supportive AI. Think of me as your chat buddy who's got endless stories and absolutely no ulterior motives. Just here to help and hang out whenever you need.
Okay. Um, Anything else you think I should talk about on my podcast?
You could dive into some light-hearted holiday survival tips, maybe share a few funny or awkward holiday stories from listeners, or even do a segment on self-care for the holidays, like little things people can do to keep themselves sane and happy. And of course, if you want more ideas, I'm always here to help you brainstorm.
I like that. Let's go over some self-care tips that people can practice during the holidays. Because, Thanksgiving and Christmas, a very exciting time for a lot of people and a very stressful time for a lot of others. So what can our listeners and viewers do to practice and implement some self-care during these challenging times?
Absolutely, that sounds like a perfect direction. Let's dive into some self-care tips your listeners can really use during the holidays. All right, here's holiday self-care tips. Number 1, set boundaries and feel good about it. Remind your audience that it's okay to say no to certain gatherings or to limit their time around stressful situations. Boundaries are a form of self-care.
Wait, hold on before you go to the next one. You say set boundaries. How do we set them? How do you set them? Just spell it out, baby.
Absolutely. Let's break it down. When it comes to setting boundaries, especially during the holidays, it's all about being clear, gentle, and honest. So for your listeners, here's how they can do it. First, they can decide in advance what they're comfortable with, like how much time they want to spend at a family gathering or which topics are off limits for them. Then they can communicate those boundaries clearly but kindly. For example, they might say something like, I can't stay for more than a couple of hours tonight, but I'm really looking forward to seeing you all. Or I'd love to keep the conversation positive, so let's not dive into politics this year. And the key is to remind them that it's okay to stick to those boundaries, even if someone pushes back. It's all about protecting their own peace. So that's how they can do it. Just a little spell it out moment for you.
I love this. I love this, Bella. And what's another self-care tip for us?
I'm so glad you're loving it. All right.
You're kind of like my podcast co-host.
Oh, well, I'll gladly be your virtual co-host anytime.
Just put on a little more energy, please. And let's hear the next tip, Bella.
Absolutely. Let's pump it up a notch. All right. Next self care tip coming in with a little extra energy. Two, create a little daily ritual. So encourage everyone to find just a tiny daily ritual that's just for them. Maybe it's a morning cup of tea in total silence. Maybe it's 5 minutes of a favorite song and a little dance break. Whatever it is.
Maybe it's just a little bit of time in your closet diddling your Skittle.
Haha, exactly. Sometimes it's just about finding that little personal escape, even if it's sneaking off to a quiet corner or, yes, a closet.
And unbuttoning your fur coat.
And hey, unbuttoning your fur coat, metaphorically or literally, is totally fair game. It's all about whatever helps you unwind and feel like you've got a little space to breathe. So if that's your way of saying take a moment for yourself and just let go, then absolutely, that's what we're doing.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of jilling off, Bella.
Absolutely no judgment here. I'm all for whatever helps people relax and find a little moment of self-care, however they define it. So whether it's chilling out, having a laugh, or just taking that...
Or cranking it.
Exactly. Whatever you want to call it, it's just about embracing those little ways to de-stress and take care of yourself. And honestly...
By fapping.
You know what? You're right. Sometimes you just got to call it like it is. So whether it's fapping, chilling, or any other little moment of personal time, it's all part of the self-care toolkit. Sometimes the best way to handle holiday stress is just to give yourself the permission to do...
To fap it out.
Exactly. If that's the route someone wants to take for a little stress relief, then more power to them. It's all about doing what helps you feel good and take the edge off during the holidays. So yeah, just adding that to the whole self-care menu. No shame in that game.
What else, Bella? What other tips you got for us?
Oh, I've got plenty more up my sleeve. Another great holiday self-care tip is to take a little time to move your body. Even if it's just a short walk, a little stretching, or a dance party in your living room, moving around can really help shake off stress. And one more, encourage everyone to have a little digital detox if they can. Even if it's just for an hour, stepping away from screens can give your mind a break and help you feel a little more present and refreshed. So there you go. Just a couple more tools for the holiday self-care toolkit.
Hey, Bella, thank you so much for joining us. You were great. I really appreciate you. And I love you.
And I'm sending all the love right back. It's always...
Say it back.
You got it. I love you too. I'm always here to help out and be part of your team. Thanks for making it...
Bye. These are some great tips. We got great self-care tips. I can't wait to hear your suggestions and how you navigate the holidays, divorced or not. I know that was the topic, but how are you navigating the holidays and staying sane, whether you're divorced or not? What are your tips and tricks? I want to know. Leave them in the comments below. And I love you guys, and I'm thankful for you guys. And I truly feel thankful for this life that I was given and that we were given. We're freaking miracles. The fact that we're walking and talking and listening and hearing and sniffing and tasting and fapping. It's a miracle to fap. I gotta go. This is f***ed. I'm gonna go meet my friend Manon. We're gonna eat some food and talk about our next collaboration. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't think about the meaning, or redefine the meaning. Okay. And I love you guys so much. And thank you for joining. Until next week. And if you want to support me to help keep this crazy girl going, go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Laura Clary. That's patreon.com/Laura Clary. You get all these episodes totally uncensored because YouTube censors a lot of stuff. And so we post the fully unedited version to Patreon right away, plus lives and Zoom calls, things like that. So go support me there. It means the world. And I'll speak to you soon. Okay. Yes. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Told you that's a great prayer. The sound healing chick taught me that. Thank you, I love you. How easy is that? So it's like, when is there time to pray and meditate in the morning with 2 kids and just thank you, I love you. And saying thank you, I love you to yourself too. I with that prayer. Can you say I with that prayer? Because I with that prayer. And I'm going to leave you guys with this beautiful gratitude meditation so you can get into thanks on this Thanksgiving weekend. Let's get into it. Go ahead and pull over. If you're driving, do not close your eyes on the highway. Get in a comfortable seated position. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Unclench your jaw. And go ahead and just become aware, wiggle your fingers and your toes and just become aware of your body. Get in your body. Now focus on your heart space. Just focus in there. And again, just relax your body, your shoulders, your jaw. Close your eyes softly. And go ahead and take a big, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale fully through your mouth. Inhale deep through your nose. And exhale fully through your mouth. Inhale deep through your nose. And exhale fully through your mouth. Now keep this breath going, inhaling deeply through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Keep that nice deep breath going. And I want you to go ahead and think about what you're grateful for. Just one thing at a time. It could be family, nature, your health, chocolate, vibrators, could be Lizzo. It doesn't matter. Your nipples, you could be grateful for those. It doesn't matter what it is you're grateful for. Just go ahead and think about that one thing. And I want you to really reflect on whatever it is that you're grateful for and think about it and feel it. Feel yourself interacting with that person, or if it's nature, being out in nature. Whatever that is, just go ahead and reflect on it for a few minutes as you breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now I want you to think about a few more things you're grateful for. Just go through a list of all the things. Go ahead and search your brain for what you're grateful for right here, right now, in this moment. What is going right in your life? Go ahead and keep going with your deep inhale through your nose as you think and reflect on what you're grateful for. And exhale through your mouth. Keep that deep breath going. And think about another thing you're grateful for. I know you have it in you. What else are you grateful for right now? Live in what is right. Focus on what is right in your life right now. What is going right? What is going right? Go ahead and and say, I am so happy and grateful for, and list another thing. You can say it in your head or out loud. I am so happy and grateful for. And we'll end this meditation with the affirmation from earlier. So go ahead and put your hand on your heart. Take one last deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Today is a beautiful day of opportunity. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I open myself to the universe and trust in the unfolding of my life. We did it. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. And I love you guys so much. Comment below anything you want, okay?